Hey guys, my name is Mike Urban. I am a licensed real estate agent here in Pennsylvania, and I wanted to go over one of the most competitive school districts, which is Abington Heights School Districts. Now, if you're not from the area, what we consider when people are searching for a home, we specifically look at school districts. We start with school districts, and the reason is because there is multiple towns that encompass the same school district. So normally when people come to us and they say, oh, we want a house in Clark's Green or we want a house in Clark's Summit, usually they're looking in Abington Heights, and that is what we're going to cover today. Mainly, we're going to look at some of the real estate data, things to do, restaurants, and what makes this town such a competitive place to buy a home. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, so first let's start here with the real estate data. Now, one of the reasons many people like to move to Abington Heights, even if you're within the county or outside of the county, is because of the school district. It has very, very high ratings. It is a very well-known thing in the area. And what happens is when people go on Google and they start doing their research, they go to websites like this one, theniche.com, and you're going to see A- for all of the school districts. And I'm going to get into the school districts a little bit later in this video. The median price per square foot sold is anywhere between $145 to $155 per square. Average square foot, you're going to look at around a 2,000, maybe a 2,800 square foot house in that median price per square foot range, okay? New construction is obviously going to be more expensive, starting at around $165 plus to $200 and beyond. It really depends on the finishes, where it's located, all of the other stuff, okay? Year-over-year appreciation, okay? From 2022 to 2023, we saw around a 5.2% appreciation rate. That is pretty high, given the rest of the county appreciates roughly at around 3%. So this is, again, a reason why people are going here. There is higher appreciation year over year than other areas in the county, okay? We're specifically in Lackawanna County here, okay? Percent over the list price. We're at 1 to 3%. Now, again, this can be subjective because it really depends on the price bracket you're looking in. The most competitive price bracket in Abington Heights is going to be between $200,000 to $300,000. That's where a lot of the bulk of the listings are here. Again, there is listings above $300,000. There's $1 million listings here, but a lot of the bulk of the listings I would say are going to be in that vicinity, and that's where we see a lot of people that are buying houses, and you could expect to pay at least list price or more if a property is getting multiple offers within the first 7 days. Again, that is within the first 7 days. Anticipate having to pay list price, maybe a little bit more, maybe waiving certain contingencies, okay? That's how it goes. Now, if something is sitting on the market, let's say 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, all right? The longer time on market, then things start to become negotiable. Sellers start to become negotiable, okay? Now, with that, the average days on market is 26. That means out of the accumulation of, I think there was around 350 sales or 300 sales in 2022, that is how long it took to take a property off of the market. So that, and this is the average, okay? Average pulls the highest high and lowest low. So some properties could have been sitting on the market forever, and the majority of very well-priced, good properties in good locations are selling within the first 0 to 7 days, roughly, okay? But that is the average. Average year built, okay? Northeast PA, a lot of the homes are older here. 1972, so anything built below 1978 has the possibility of lead-based paint, all right? Most of the homes in Northeast PA are going to be built in like the 50s, 60s, 70s. There was a lot of construction going on back then. Median sale price is $305. Now, again, median is where the bulk of the sales are. That means where the majority of sales are. Average sale price, which is $343. I don't like using average for things like this because ultimately you could have $1.5 million or $2 million sale that could really affect this data. Or alternatively, you could potentially have a foreclosure in certain markets that could really affect it too. So I would really go based on the median sale price. Now, again, the median sale price could also be linked to the median price per square foot. You figure a $300,000 home could potentially cost you anywhere between $145, maybe $155 a square foot. But one of the biggest determining factors of that is going to be the actual square footage. The way it works in real estate in any place of the country, the more square footage that you have, okay, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 square foot, those homes are not selling for $150 a square. They're selling for less than that, all right? Now, alternatively, you could have 1,000 square foot house sell for around $200 a square foot. As a matter of fact, I have sold smaller houses for probably close to that in Abington Heights. And the reason is because the less square footage that you have, the price per square foot actually goes up, okay? Hope that makes sense. Now, this is where a lot of people get confused. Clark Summit, Abington Heights, all right, all the same thing. There's multiple towns within this zip code. The zip code is this, 18411, okay? This encompasses, and I may have even missed one, to be honest with you. This is from memory: Chinchilla, Clark Summit, Clark's Green, Waverly, Glenburn, Newton Ransom, South Abington, Ransom Township, and some parts of Scott Township. Now, a good majority of Scott Township is actually, I believe, Lackawanna Trail School District. So there is still some 18411 zip codes, but they are in a different school district other than Abington Heights, okay? Again, this is where people get confused. They say, want to buy something in Clark Summit. I say, how about Waverly? How about Glenburn? They say, no, Clark Summit. It's all the same school district, okay? Now, into the schools. Now, this is very important. Pay close attention. There's two main schools. There's the high school, which there's only one. There's the middle school, which there's only one. Then there is 3 elementary schools. You have Waverly Elementary, South Abington Elementary, and Clark Summit Elementary, okay? Depending on where you live in any of these towns is going to depend, it's going to put you into one of these elementary schools, okay? Now, I don't have this broken down that finite to a point where I have it limited to every single area. If you want to know that information, you could call or text me, and my information is right up here. As a matter of fact, if you want this sheet and it's going to have hyperlinks to certain things, just text me, CS, I'll send this over to you. I'm going to make it public, all right? Things to do. Now, this is what my family and I likes to do, places to go. Hillside Park, that's a good one. Lackawanna State Park. I did a ton of mountain biking here, good hiking trails, good fishing. My wife used to go here with her dad and her uncle fishing. We go there. We take our kids there when we're in. Leahy Family Fun Park. I remember going here when I was a kid. This is right on the Morgan Highway, okay? This has arcades. It has go-karts to race. It has multiple things to do there. It's a lot of fun. A lot of hunting grounds here. I'm not a hunter, but there is a lot of hunting grounds. South Abington Park. This is right next to South Abington Elementary. Has a little splash pad for the kids. Has a little playground. Really good spot. Okay. And this is South Abington Park is more southern Clark Summit. So if you're heading out of Scranton, you're going to enter into Chinchilla, then it's like South Abington. Okay. Gathering place, community center, arts, crafts, learning, stuff like that. Finally, you have downtown Clark Summit. Downtown Clark Summit is actually not where all of the commercial businesses is. It's up further from that. So once you get into Clark Summit, whether it be coming from Scranton or the highway or the turnpike, you go through, there's a whole bunch of commercial businesses. You have like a Dairy Queen there. You have Burger King, McDonald's. Then you go up the hill. Once you reach the top of the hill, you start entering what I consider, which is, let's say, Clark Summit or Abington Heights proper, right? It's where all the little family-owned businesses are and things to do, all right? And there is a lot of cute little restaurants, things to do, and it's just a nice spot to walk around because it's very clean. There's other people walking around, and it's awesome to visit in the winter time, and we'll get into that with the seasonal events, okay? Restaurants. Now, these are some of my favorites. I don't have hyperlinks to these, but you could go and research these. State Street Grill, probably one of my favorite restaurants in all of Lackawanna County. Super fresh food. Everything is just well prepared, and it's always delicious. I've never had a bad meal from here. Kyoto, great for Japanese food. They have been in the area forever, for as long as I remember. I'm 38 years old. Formosa is a more Thai-inspired restaurant. They have different types of noodle dishes. Caravia, this is one of my favorite spots for lunches, even some dinners. We would get hoagies and or a grinder, wherever you're from, or a sub. Fresh ingredients. They have house-made soups every day, house-made salads, and it's also a little grocery store, okay? It's not up in Clark Summit proper. It's more down in in like the Summit area, okay? And there's a whole bunch of different restaurants and places to shop in there. Colaruso's, great pizza, Italian food. The Knicks, not sure if this place is still open. I know they were closed for a while during the pandemic, but they have awesome drinks. They have awesome wings and burgers. Okay, very, very good. Nina's Wings. I don't know why it says a Mexican restaurant. That is incorrect. They are just specifically wings. Okay, and I think they only have boneless wings, but they are excellent, excellent boneless wings. And then Rosario's, which is my favorite spot for New York style pizza. And again, all of these places you could just Google, go to, they're all readily available. Seasonal events. I don't have this all pinpointed, but there is farmers markets. There used to be one in Chinchilla. I believe it's still there. There's also other farmers markets as well. If you head closer up 6 and 11, all right? That means like almost passing outside of Clark Summit. There is farmers markets there, and they open around the springtime. They have all fresh vegetables, all right? One of the big things in the winter is the Festival of Ice. So when you get up at the top of the hill and you start entering into like Clark Summit proper or Abington Heights proper, right? All of the trees along the streets all have lights. All of the restaurants and shops, they all have lights and Christmas stuff going on. And every year they have a Festival of Ice. Somebody is carving ice sculptures right there. And then all of the businesses have those ice sculptures presented outside of the business. And they always have a different theme. One year they did like a Star Wars theme. They did a Harry Potter theme. All different kinds of themes. It's really nice for the kids and stuff like that, in my opinion. Okay. And then finally, the Facebook group. So there is a Clark Summit community page Facebook group. There's about 10,000 members in there. A lot of people are trying to sell their houses themselves, X, Y, and Z. But overall, Clark Summit, the reason that, other than the schools, that it's a very competitive place to purchase a home in is because a lot of the newer homes are being built here. Okay, bigger homes are being built here. And a lot of people keep up with their properties here, which is, very, very important. The other thing is it's huge. Clark Summit is huge. All of these towns. So a good majority of all the sales in Lackawanna County are actually happening in Abington Heights. Okay. Yes, there is other areas, but Abington Heights takes up a huge portion of the sales in all of Lackawanna County. It's the most expensive place to live in Lackawanna County, all right? The home prices here, the median sale price is a lot higher than the rest of the county. I think the median, now don't quote me on this, I don't have the stats pulled up, but I think the median sale price of a single family home in all of the county is probably around 160 or 170,000. So it's literally double for the median sale price in Abington Heights, but it is worth it. We love it here. It's a great spot. It's a good place to raise your kids. Lots of things to do. And it's really a hub to get to other places. You could be in downtown Scranton in literally 15 minutes if there's no traffic. Or alternatively, if you want to go up further towards Tunkhannock, Mashopin, there's all kinds of things to do there as well. A lot of the properties here are bigger, okay? Especially if you're out in areas like Newton Ransom, a lot of acreage, bigger homes, stuff like that. There's a lot of, it's more of a farm area, more rural, okay? It's not very city-like, in my opinion. Downtown is, but then once you get out of downtown, like things change drastically if you drive a couple miles in any direction, okay? If you need help, anything at all, if you're looking to buy a home here in Clark Summit or any of the areas between Lackawanna and Luzerne County, give me a call. I could set you up with one of our agents, and I promise you will get an excellent level of service. All right, guys, my name is Mike Urban. Hope you enjoyed this video.